kind of pulling on the thread on jobs, right? The job it was a 3.9, but more jobs were added. All the previous jobs updates were openings have been corrected down. So all that has been happening. So I want to talk a little bit more about our uh, conversation around what is what is pertaining to us, right? A question that I see always on LinkedIn or anywhere I go is AI coming to get our jobs, whether it's ready.
Right.
Anyway, so what I wanted to just talk about a little bit about that is let's talk with data, right? Is AI really going to get the jobs, or as it stands now, because everything is evolving breakneck speed. But let's just look back for the last year. I think this data is from Bloomberry, but also got it from Ben Bites, I think, who is another newsletter you guys should subscribe to. But you see in the data is year over year, or when ChatGPT was released to now, if you look at all the um, jobs that are open in Upwork, for those who don't know about Upwork, Upwork is a freelancing site where anybody can go in and say, hey, I want some web development done. I want some writing done for an article for my website. It could be a lot of, I'll consider like a small projects that you can give, and freelancers will tell you how much it's going to cost. So what this chart is doing is Upwork jobs categorized by different, whether it's graphics design, writing, social media, how many new jobs have been opened. So basically, if you see it in green, it means more jobs in those particular categories have been opened. And if you see the bars in red, means year over year or since ChatGPT release, for example, writing is down about 35%. So if there were 100 jobs open last year before GPT, now there's only like 65 jobs are open for writing, right? So instead of just talking about anecdotally, this is a good piece of evidence to show that what can AI do right now and what jobs is AI replacing. This is a good snapshot. So if you look at it, writing, customer service, translation, maybe some social media marketing social media marketing is such a general term, right? It could be generating new content, images, posting, all that falls in social media. So you can see writing has been the most impacted, but these are the four big areas that have been impacted by AI. So your thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely, Rajni. I think there's no better joy than actually data supporting your thesis from before, right? So I think we all went from in the AI world, like from fear to curious to now starting to ideate and start using. And I believe Upwork is probably the hub for people giving these entrepreneurs in most cases, just giving these jobs to people to get it done outsourced way, right? In this sense, I think it totally makes sense because now I'm able to ideate, but there is no single system, there's no single shot. We even experimented with this, like, hey, can you give Claude instructions so it'll drop my web page for me? No, this doesn't happen, right? You have to take it through stages. So that means people who have a vision can visualize and feed it to the next stage human workforce, right? So all of this totally appears reasonable. Like I, graphics design, I get a template or some kind of thing from ChatGPT, but I still don't know how to put it all together, right? So I have to give it to somebody. Um, so absolutely fantastic. I love it.
So I think the key takeaway for me, right, if you're in one of these writing, customer service, or translation, where do you pivot to? So that's another key. Or if you're an entrepreneur looking at it and saying, "Oh, AI is going to take all of our jobs," you see this big green bars. All that means is video editing production is still in high demand. Actually, almost 40% more. There's market research, sales and accounting, web design. Yes, a lot of these LLMs can get you started, but it still absolutely needs a human element to be able to finish. Some of them are more uh, they don't. There's a lot of hallucination going on. I don't know what's going to happen 2 years, 3 years from now, but as this point, if you're looking forward for the next 12 months, this is a good indication of where do I get trained on if I feel like my jobs are disappearing, or if I'm starting out, where do I focus? So that's another thing. Another chart that I had pulled up for I think it's from LinkedIn. It's basically overall from 2023 before 2022, I think it's a big job year, new law jobs listing, right?
Right.
If you look at this, that's a gray line is all IT job, and the little purple line is all of the AI jobs. In 23, you see it was AI jobs with AI listings in it was significantly lower, and overall jobs are also lower from 22 if you compare it, just because there's not that many jobs open. But if you come into 24, the IT jobs are still kind of wallowing in the same place. We're not getting a lot of openings. But as we talked about, there's always a bull market somewhere. AI jobs are on a tear. So if you are an entrepreneur, or if you are somebody who's lost your job, or are afraid you're going to lose your job, what do? You do skills, you can do projects on the side, whatever it takes to get more. I would consider AI skills, machine learning. If you're a developer, you can learn some things that can help you get better equipped. Or you're afraid that your job's going to get replaced. How do you get um, upskill yourself to get a better job? So those are the things I'll be looking at. I don't see this AI job market disappearing based on how far Nvidia has been flying off the shelf, and not just Nvidia, right? If you look at Dell, if you look at all the other tier two companies, or that are kind of in the space, or also on a tear in the last 6 months. So I feel like it might some the party might come to end at some point in the future, or at least stabilize. But right now, it's a great place to be. Learn your skills. If you're afraid you're going to lose your job, that's what I'll be doing.
So yeah, another subtle thing I noticed is it says AI related jobs. Right? It's not entirely AI jobs or whatever that AI job means, but all the related things that you do to get the job done in efficient and faster, and probably they are getting bundled under this. I haven't looked at the inside the data that is used, but it makes sense, right? Because if you kind of learned or upskilled yourself to figure out how to do good writing with AI, right? It might augment your job functionality elsewhere, type of thing. So, do they go under AI related jobs, or is it traditional IT job? Right? I don't know. So, I think it makes sense that this trend continues. To me, it is like, yeah, you're going to gain more and more skills are coming out of AI world, right? That you can take help from and augment yourself in your job functionality. So maybe this chart keeps going up for quite some time. The AI related jobs.
Perfect.